Hey everybody, it's your old pal John. I am the history buff, always looking for more information on history because, I don't know, it's always good to know more. This is Lost in the Pond. I forget what his name is. I did know it at one point, but it's a great channel. He's a Brit. He lives in the US, and he's talking about the 4th of July. Today is the 5th of July. The 4th of July is our independence anniversary. Some people say Independence Day. Some people just call it the 4th of July. Like, you all should know what day that actually means. But it's a big day for us here in the States. It's the one time when we all get together. And even if you're one way or you're the other way, we all stand and stare and ooh and ah at the wonderful fireworks. I did it last night. We had a great time. And everyone was there. I mean, all walks of life. And it's the one thing that I think we can all agree is a day that is dangerous. A lot of lost fingers that day. And it's also a day where we actually do celebrate, yes, our independence. And I know we can definitely get into that at some point, and we have in the comments. But, you know, where I was, I had a great time. It was a really diverse group of people. There were people from Germany, a couple from Senegal. We had a lot of, of total American diverse, groups of people there. And the one thing that was really cool is that we all got together and we got a chance to watch the fireworks. And people just spend all day pretty much being as American as they possibly can. So let's get into this without more of me talking. The British perspective on America's Independence Day. This is interesting because the more and more we talk about this, the more and more like the revolution and all that, it was a world war really that was fought, and Americans don't seem to get that. They seem to think that's like all about them, but no, I mean, like the last battle was pretty much fought in India. So
hello and happy birthday weekend to the United States of America, who I must confess doesn't look a day over 200. I wish I could say the same about myself, but we've reached that time of year again, haven't we? That time of year.
I love it. He starts right off with the awesome British humor.
Year that I've celebrated every year for the past 15 years. And that time of year is the 4th of July celebrations here in the
It's what it looks like. It's totally what it looks like.
United States. And as a British person, that can be a little bit weird because for those of you who don't know, and that's probably only about 10% of my viewers, America gained its independence from we, the British. And I didn't really know that or have a deep concept of that before moving to the United States. And
before you get too far into this, yes, I know the Americans, Americans, we did not do this alone by any stretch of the imagination. We think we did. Let's be honest. I think we can all agree. Everyone who's watching this, it wasn't done alone. This was a world war. We take it as our own personal victory, but it had its own merits for being something of a shift in the world, nonetheless. But yeah, let's just let's skim past all the stuff that we know you're going to say.
The reason for that is they didn't really teach us about that in school. I don't know why. I think we learned about all of the victories, the good wars. And after I moved, it became apparent that next summer that, oh, you kicked our asses. Although you used a word similar to that I can't necessarily repeat right now because I might get demonetized. And while we're on the subject of you, if you've not had a chance yet to subscribe to this channel, do that now.
You know what? Check out Lost in the Pond. That guy's pretty cool. I have subscribed to him and I do love him. I 100% endorse his channel. It's great humor and really great information too. Great perspectives.
And how did I find this out? Through several uncles of my American wife's who just thought it'd be funny on the 4th of July to say, ha! How does it feel to know that your grandfather surrendered at Yorktown? No, wait, that's 3-year Letterman. How does it feel to know that you lost and we became the richest nation on the planet? I think I just sort of nodded and went, oh yeah, this is adorable. And then I thought about it. I was like, well, I wasn't even alive in 1776. And it seems that us Brits and us Americans have this special special relationship now. I think we can let bygones be bygones. But
Yeah.
I think they still think they've won. The uncles, not America. America did win. America won the War of Independence. These uncles, I think they go home every 4th of July and think, yes, I downed 3 beers, had a plate of chicken wings, and put that Brit in his place. And do you know what? Whatever, because those same uncles love the Beatles. We invaded you in the 60s, and you all lapped it up like it was some kind of ice cream. So in many ways, being British on the 4th of July is at least a little bit predictable, much like the parades that I attend each year in central Indiana, where myself and a number of Hoosiers park our chairs by the side of the road, and no prizes for guessing who gets sunburned the quickest. Now that's partly because I'm the one who's usually pushed out of the awning by my wife's cousin Chad, but it's also because I'm British. And I think subconsciously my wife's cousin Chad is thinking that when he gives me that slight nudge. I don't think it's even subconscious. I think he's doing it on purpose.
If anyone is named Chad, they are doing it on purpose.
And then, of course, the victors like to remind me of my place in all of this by putting up lots of American flags. Please excuse this. This was my producer's idea. We don't have a flagpole and we are decorating in the studio at the minute. But at my first celebration, I thought, ooh, I could inject a little bit of banter into the proceedings. So I brought my own, and it was hilarious until Chainsaw Jim saw it. And I haven't brought it since, because Chainsaw Jim is the sort of uncle who has 1776 written on the side of his toolbox.
Yeah, there are those people who live for the 4th of July. They're just like everywhere else. That we have our own psychos amongst us psychos.
Don't mess with that toolbox, is what I've learned. And so now, after 15 years, I've learned to treat the day with the respect that it deserves. After all, they do have a saying here, the 4th of July is as American as apple pie. So long as you remember that apple pie originated in England and the 4th of July is written in the UK date format. And actually, in an unexpected turn of events, this now feels more appropriate than anybody ever anticipated. Imagine, for a moment, you could travel back in time. You set the time circuits on and head back to Independence Hall, July the 4th, 1776. Actually, some point in August, but people aren't ready for that conversation. The Founding Fathers are there, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, the other ones. They've just signed one of the most important documents in US history, the Declaration of Independence. As they banter back and forth about who has the trendiest pocket watch, you pluck up the courage to stand before them, shoulders pinned back, chest thrust forward as you declare, "All right, lads, you'll never believe what I read on Twitter this morning," but in an American accent. Rightly, nobody understands a single word you just said, except for Benjamin Franklin, who secretly invented Twitter without telling anyone. You continue, you'll be
and remember, Twitter's not a real place.
thrilled to know that in the year 2023, people will still celebrate our independence from the British, including, and I hope you're sitting down for this, the British. It's true, as we speak, several establishments across London are enticing customers with Independence Day celebrations. This seems particularly prominent among the English capital's whiskey bars, who are looking to recreate the kind of experience I once found in Kentucky and Tennessee. And at first glance, one winery appeared to misspell independence as the plural form of independent. But upon further reading, I discovered that the establishment, Divine Cellars, did it on purpose to celebrate independent winemakers. And while it remains baffling as to why this event is being held on July the 5th, it's good to see that the pun still never sets on the British Empire. That said, people who know my channel intimately will know that I'm about to embark on my first ever 4th of July as a United States citizen. And I know what you're thinking, ooh, Lawrence, you can't mark this momentous occasion by wearing a black shirt, which will attract heat from both Chainsaw Jim and the sun. And to that, I deliver unto you Mr. George Washington, wearing cool shades, chowing down on a hot dog. This is the second time this year you've made me do that. Where are you going? I think that might be overkill. Right. That's it for this episode. I hope America has a fabulous birthday. Go easy on the cake. And whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope that you enjoy your 4th of July celebrations by sharing this stupid little video with all of your friends. I'm Lawrence Brown. You can follow me on Twitter at LostInThePondUS, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that I don't have to. And recently, my second-tier ponderers have gained access to my secret video series, Diary of a YouTube Sensation. If you...
All right. Yeah, you ought to check him out. Lost in the Pond. That guy's great. I do like his perspective on things. He's very fun. You know, So, all right. So, yeah, 4th of July, or the Independence Day of Independence. No, sorry, anniversary of our independence, was really, of course, meant to be on the 2nd of July. That was when everyone thought they would celebrate it. But of course, the proclamation went out 2 days later, and when everyone hears it, of course, that's when it becomes the day that they celebrate. But it really is. It's I don't know. People go, I think, too far into it. We had a great time on the 4th. We really did. We love the fireworks. It is wonderful. And yeah, there's a certain amount of danger that happens with it. A lot of people get crazy. There's a lot of drinking, that kind of stuff. But it's one of those things that it's at the height of the summer in the United States. North, South, Midwest, East, West, it's all very warm in the United States, and it's outdoor weather. We're all outside. And yeah, we have weird stuff like hot dog eating contests, which honestly I don't get, because in this year, the record I was sitting down watching the having a meal, watching it on TV, and I forget I was watching like the women's hot dog eating contest, and I'd never actually watched it before, and it's really freaking gross because I also know what's in a hot dog, and you should too. But she had 39 and a half hot dogs and buns. Nothing against her, but it's a little weird. So we have the quirky things, the Americanisms and whatnot, but it is just kind of cool because you do see people wearing, your colors. I do wish that other people would celebrate a day like it. It doesn't have to be an Independence Day. It's just a celebration day where people who normally wouldn't, I don't want to say like associate together, but they wouldn't normally hang out together. They all kind of get together for kind of like the one thing we can agree on in the U.S. for a little while. And for that reason, I'm really happy to celebrate on the 4th of July, because what I saw was people actually enjoying each other and taking a break from their own politics, their own issues, and people chilling out in pools together. I was in a place called the Poconos. It's the northeast of Pennsylvania. They have a lot of like sort of resorts up in the mountains there, and we were up there with, I'd say, probably another 5,000 people, just having a great time. And people couldn't have been nicer. The staff went outside too. I mean, like, everyone was just there enjoying the fireworks for 15 minutes before and after. And it's kind of like have that sort of Christmas spirit, but with more of an edge of the knife to it. It's kind of crazy fun. I think everyone, if you can sort of swallow the idea of, okay, if you're from Britain and you come to the States, I think it's worth checking out their parades for veterans. There are all sorts of things that people celebrate. Yeah, there are those people who drive around in these big pickup trucks with the flags in the back, but there are also people who, they sing happy birthday afterwards. And I mean, you give a hard time to, I give a hard time sometimes to our country, because I do believe that it's led astray. And there's a couple from both sides. I see, a lot of things that have gone astray, but at the same point, it is the one time that we can come together. And I know I'm going in circles, so I'll just shut up there. Guys, thank you so much for watching. You take care. Don't forget to subscribe to Lost in the Pond. That guy's really cool. I have another video coming from him. Talk to you later. Have a good one.